I remember the first time I ever sang in front of a live audience. I actually was only 6 years old. And at the end of it, to see all these kids and all these teachers applauding and cheering me, it felt so good that I think that it was at that moment that I knew that I wanted to be a professional singer. That was my dream. But, as I grew up, dreams sometimes get put on hold. Now that I've retired, it's time to bring that back on the front burner and go after that dream again. My name is George A. Santino, and I'm following that dream. So I grew up in the projects of South Philadelphia. A lot of people don't know what the projects are, but it's where people who are poor live, and we were poor, very, very poor. I enjoyed singing. A great thing about singing is free. Singing, it doesn't require a bunch of equipment or uniforms or any real capital outlay, which was a good thing because we had no capital to outlay. My father would take me places. We would go on a bus and go down into downtown Philadelphia, and any place where there was music, he'd bring me up there and say, "Do you mind if my son sings a song with you?" And they'd see this little kid and think, okay, sure, this is going to be cute. And I got up and sang, and it always was very, very rewarding to me. When I grew up, we moved out of the projects when I was around 12 or 13 years old to Tampa. Tampa was a great place, a big tourist community. And, so when I got older, I decided, I'm going to be a professional singer. This is the place to do that. I went on a number of auditions, Disney World, Busch Gardens, Hilton Hotel, all these different places. I got some jobs, but there was plenty of time in between jobs. You get to the point to where, it's time to start living your life. It's time to, and singing would have been a great life, but it's not really conducive to a family life. And at some point, it was time to put singing aside, and get married, have kids, get the house and the whole thing. And so singing took a back burner for a very, very long time until now. So the last job I had before I retired was working for Microsoft. Worked there 20 years, and finally retired the end of last year, and said I want to get back to that music thing. And one of the things I wanted to do was make a recording for my mom. My mom always liked to hear me sing at Christmas time, and wanted I thought it'd be neat to send her a recording of me singing. And I thought, well, you hire a piano player, you go into a booth or something, and you record a song. I mean, that's the way you record a song. And a friend of mine at work said, no, you got to meet this guy, Eric Benedict. He's a real producer. He'll talk to you about making a CD. And
I met George over a steak sandwich at his favorite restaurant, and the conversation started about him wanting to make a recording for his mother with maybe a piano, something simple. By the end of the conversation, we were talking big band sound with a full 40-piece orchestra in the background, and that's what we set out to do.
Because he had some great ideas about adding all this additional sound, saxophones and flutes and guitars and all this stuff. And while we were going to do a Christmas song, I think it was already October or November, so it was a little late to do a whole album with that. So we decided to do some of the old crooner songs that I liked doing as a kid, Sinatra and Dean Martin and that kind of stuff.
George told me that he was a crooner and wanted to record songs in kind of the Sinatra style, and I hadn't heard him at all. But he was definitely motivated, and he had his own hat. So I figured this has got to be good.
And we recorded the album Come Fly With Me. Though my mother was absolutely thrilled when I sent it to her, she did say, so when am I going to get some Christmas songs?